Peace and blessings. Shout out to the 12 that are scattered. And right here will be a short lesson on fatherhood. And fatherhood is very important, especially growing up in a two-parent home system. There has to be a balance. And unfortunately, regardless of race, but more specifically, I'm talking about my people, we have to have an order, or we have to have that unity which becomes between a man and a woman. And fatherhood is very important in a young child's life, how he develops. The father is the head figure. And unfortunately, in the so-called black community, this is what a lot of the quote unquote other races are stating, that there's no black fathers in the home. But there are black fathers, so-called black fathers in the home, that do their job diligently. They're just not seen online, or they don't like to portray things online. Basically, they live a private life. Everything does not have to be shown or seen online. And of course, you have low level or low hanging fruit people who look at one instance and say, well, your community is in shambles. But when we look at the scriptures, yes, part of the curses is not having a father. Okay, when we come into this realm or this earth existence, we're under judgment. And I say all this to say that if you're a new father or a father, our job is to provide, teach, and nurture our children and teach them the ways. Okay? Life is a game, and it's how you play it. The episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where Will's father leaves again, "Why don't he want me, man?" resonates with many people because it touches on a deep biblical principle. A father is not only a provider, but also a source of identity, guidance, protection, correction, and affirmation. From a Hebraic or Israelite perspective, fatherhood reflects the relationship between the Most High and his children. Throughout Scripture, fathers are commanded to teach, lead, discipline, and nurture their households. Number 1, fathers give identity. Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. In Hebraic thought, a father was responsible for teaching his children who they were, their heritage, their purpose, and laws of the Most High. Will's pain in that episode was not about money. It was about identity and belonging. Every child wants to know, who am I? Am I loved? Am I worth staying for? Number 3, fathers provide protection. Psalms 127, 3-5. Lo, children are a heritage of Yahweh, or the Most High. In Israelite society, fathers were protectors of the household. Protection was not only physical, but emotional and spiritual. A father's presence often gives a child security, confidence, stability, and boundaries. Okay? And this is what, the responsibility of being a father. I could care less about being a prophet, someone famous, someone who people looks up to. My children should look up to me. I could care less about anyone else, because it starts at home first. You can't change the world if you can't change your environment or the home that you live in. Okay? It can't be done.
You're supposed to be here for him. You get off my back. You think I want this? It just happened. When we was a baby, I was scared. I wanted to cry, all right? Got it? Because I've been there. But I didn't want out of my family. I was there every day for them, because that's what a man does. Fine, Philip. You win. You man. You a better man than me.
Fathers teach the next generation. Deuteronomy 6:6-7. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. Ancient Israelite fathers were expected to teach wisdom, history, faith, and character. Without guidance, children often seek instruction from the streets, social media, peer groups, popular culture, aka cults. Okay. This is why the father is very essential, important. And we see in this society that they do not care or disregard the fathers. Now, you may disagree with what I'm saying, but look around. Okay. The father is just as important as the mother. 1 + 1 = 2.
You happy? Now you gonna tell Will or not? I'm not gonna do your dirty work for you. Fine. I'll call him from the road. Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. What's up? Well, I'm glad you're here. Some business came up. I gotta handle.
Fathers correct and discipline. Proverbs 3:11-12. For whom Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Biblical discipline is not harshness, it is guidance born from love. A good father says, this path will hurt you. Choose wisdom. Let me show you a better way. And of course, Uncle Phil is not his biological father, but he's trying to warn Will, this man didn't even bother to write you letters or send you diapers. And now all of a sudden he wants to come back into your life. Okay? So oftentimes the father who has wisdom and knowledge is trying to guide his children or his sons and daughters, from not making the same mistakes that he has made.
So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand? Yeah, that's cool. Just for a couple of weeks. I understand. Yeah. Maybe a little longer. Yeah, whatever. Look, I'll call you next week and we'll iron out the details. Okay? Yeah. It was great seeing you, son. You too, Lou.
Fathers reflect the character of the Most High, Psalms 103:13. Like as a father pitteth his children, so Yahweh pitteth them that fear him. The Hebrew word, often translated as compassion, carries the idea of tender mercy and care. A father is meant to be a living example of patience, strength, mercy, and leadership. Now, when you watch the movie Boys in the Hood, what does Furious say to Trey? That any man with a dick can make a baby, but it takes a real man to raise his child. One of the realest statements ever stated in a movie. Just because you have a tool doesn't mean you know what to do with it or how to use it. Any fool can procreate, but to raise a child, you have to think.
I know a little bit.
Oh yeah? What little bit is that?
I know. I take a girl, stick my thing in it, and 9 months later, a baby comes out.
You think that's it?
Basically, yeah.
Well, remember this. Any fool with a dick can make a baby, but only a real man can raise his children. I wasn't but 17 when your mother was pregnant with you. All of my friends was dropping out of high school, hanging out on corners, in front of liquor stores, getting drunk, getting high. Some of them was robbing people. Some of them was even killing people. Hey, you remember my friend Marcus? Yeah, he got into robbing people, wanted me to come along and join him, but I was like, nah, man, I'm getting ready to have a son. I knew you was gonna be a boy. Anyway, I wanted to be somebody you could look up to. So, I guess that's why I went to Vietnam. Don't ever go in the army, Trey. Black man ain't got no place in the army.
The balance of father and mother, Ephesians 6:4. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in a nurture and a domination of the Lord, or Yahweh. Proverbs 1:8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Hebraic thought emphasizes both parents. The father often establishes direction, discipline, and vision. The mother often provides nurturing, comfort, and daily instruction. Together, they create balance. Keyword balance.
Oh man, looks like they're going to juvie. Nah, man, they going to Chief Gates. Oh man, what happened? It was still.
So in this pivotal scene, we see that her sons are being taken to juvie because there's no guidance, there's no discipline in the home. When young boys or teenagers reach a certain age, they're going to disregard their mother's instructions. That's just how it goes. Not all the time, but this is why you need the father in the home. Okay? Now, there are instances where there are two-parent homes and the child still develops certain issues here and there, but that goes on more of the aspect of how both parents are raising their children. Remember, we have to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. So what are we teaching in the household? An Israelite reflection on Will's pain. Many teachers within the Hebrew Israelite circles point to fatherlessness as one of the great curses affecting communities today, often connecting it to passages such as Deuteronomy 28 and 32 and Lamentations 5 and 7. Regardless of one's theological viewpoint, the emotional reality remains the same. Children deeply desire the love and presence of their fathers. When Will cries, "Why don't he want me, man?" he is expressing a wound that Scripture repeatedly warns fathers not to create.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Actually, this works out better for me. The Slimmies of summer come to class right next to nothing. Well, it's all right to be angry. Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying, at least he said goodbye this time. I just wish I hadn't wasted my money buying this stupid present. I'm sorry. If there was something that I... Hey, you ain't got to do nothing. Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, Ain't like I'm going to be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I? Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive. I learned how to shave. I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. Down with him! I ain't need him then, and I don't need him now. Well, now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he can ever teach me about how to love my kids. You don't want me, man.
The biblical model of a father is not merely a man who fathers children biologically. It is a man who teaches, protects, provides, corrects, encourages, remains present. Keyword, remains present. A father's presence tells a child, you are loved, you belong, you matter, I am here. That message can shape a child's life for decades, just as the absence of it can leave a wound that takes years to heal. Peace and shalom.